Each of these students were chosen because of the specific roles and responsibilities that they play in our center. Throughout the course of their academic career at Duquesne, each of these students have stepping up to the plate to serve the Office of Diversity and Inclusion in many ways, whether that's leading the PREO program, being on the executive board of one of our many student organizations, or just volunteering to help us serve our community partners as well as our campus partners in creating a more diverse and inclusive campus community. As we transition from the Office of Diversity and Inclusion to the center, it's imperative that we highlight the success of these students, but also the ways in which these students have helped us get to this point. Each of these students has contributed something to the office that has helped us move forward towards becoming a center. Whether it's their outreach to their peers and colleagues, whether it's advocating for social justice and equity in their classrooms, or if it's just having sit-down conversations with administrators and university partners to describe and outline how Duquesne can become a more inclusive campus environment. And so the process in selecting these students wasn't an easy task. As I'm sure you understand, there's several student leaders on our campus and through our office and center that we felt were deserving. But these students stood the test of time and have been consistent in their efforts and their work with us. And I believe will continue to be involved as they graduate and become excellent alum.
I am an intern at the Hill District Consensus Group, and what I'm currently doing is I'm taking point in a research project that's really focusing on the correlation between social and economic injustices within Pittsburgh, and I'm looking at different zip codes and just trying to see the demographics so I can gain data to deliver to higher ups to show them, hey, there is a correlation here, and economic and social injustice can lead to other disparities.
I'm currently the president of NAACP. I'm a huge advocate for minority students and making sure that they feel okay and comfortable and creating a safe space for them. And that's what I feel like I'm doing with NAACP.
I'm a member of BSU. I am president right now for Ebony Women for Social Change. I am vice president for the NAACP chapter for Duquesne University. I've been mentoring for Strong Women, Strong Girls for a few years.
I first got involved with ODI my freshman year, and then through those first 2 years, freshman and sophomore year, I kind of talked with older pharmacy students who were part of ODI, and then they kind of got me more comfortable in this environment. And as the years went on, they kind of asked me to help out with pre-orientation, and then eventually I became a student leader with pre-orientation.
I serve as president of the Thorough Theta chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. I serve as chair of the National Panhellenic Council, and I am a student member of the Academy of American Physician Assistants.
There's a whole lot of clubs that I'm in, but I really wanted to get involved just finding different ways to help different people, because I think that is a really good connection to reality off campus, graduating. It's realizing that you can make these connections, and this type of impact, even on your campus, can be grander.
These award winners are special because they're well-rounded students inside and outside of the classroom. They take on volunteer efforts. They're there whenever we ask them for anything, they're there to help out. And they also excel in their student groups and academics.
They're all passionate, and you could take that how you will, but each of these student awardees brings a level of passion that I think is unmatched.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion to me means being able to enter into any space and being open to the ideas, opinions of others, and respecting the backgrounds that everyone comes from in those spaces.
I'm in community-engaged scholars programs. I've learned a lot through CEDAR. That was one of my best takeaways from Duquesne, is CEDAR has helped me realize who I am as a Black person and who I am to other people in America. So I was able to learn different social justice aspects that I kind of knew, but I learned into incredible depths through that program.
With all of my student involvements in organizations, I believe I've gotten transformative. I've learned to have effective communication because not everybody communicates the same.
I've always wanted to kind of start a bigger outreach program with Duquesne students who might not be aware of internalized racism and misogyny or homophobia, and who might just like say microaggressions or act on those without consciously doing so. And I wanted to teach people about these subjects in a way that is more from a place of understanding than a place of lecturing.
Strong Women, Strong Girls is a program where we interact with girls who are in the Pittsburgh area, and we go to recreational centers with them after school, and we put on programs for them, opportunities for them to learn more about science and art. We also just try to mold them into strong women and try to lead by example.
I love mentoring for Strong Women, Strong Girls. They show me that like there's always like light at the end of the tunnel. I just hope they keep that joyful happiness.
What makes me the most proud is to be able to say that I am the director for diversity and inclusion at Duquesne, and that I get to serve the most excellent and brilliant students in the city of Pittsburgh and in our region.
The most rewarding part of my job is seeing students graduate and then keeping in contact with them after they graduate to see all of their accomplishments.
As I've gotten through pharmacy school, I've realized that I want to do something related to the industry, but not necessarily for the industry. I really want to do work with kind of closing the gap between access to healthcare and who an individual is or who they might be.
I plan on going to Cornell for my Master's of Public Affairs and to further my research on the correlation between social and economic inequality.
In my career, I want to work in women's health, being an advocate for women of color and women who may not have anyone to advocate for them. And I also want to do international missions trip, teaching women about prenatal care and teaching future healthcare providers.
So I want to be an anesthesiologist in the future, and I want to focus on labor delivery or cardiothoracic.
I'm gonna graduate as a nurse, and then I'm gonna continue to work as a nurse. I plan to go back to school to become a nurse practitioner. I want to focus on the specialty of women's health. I want to be a women's health advocate for minorities.
I plan on pursuing my PhD somewhere because I started my research into gentrification and how that relates to like the school to prison pipeline. So I really want to get that out there and help people learn more about different social justice aspects that I learned through CEDAR. So I guess I want to take CEDAR and put it on steroids.
We come to work every day to serve them. It's our mission. And so they bring a fire and passion to our center that makes us really want to keep going.